An old broom, it swept the same dusty floor every day for many, many years. No one ever noticed it. No one ever thanked it. No one ever saw it as anything more than just a broom. But the broom was proud of its work. It liked sweeping the floor. It was good at it. And that was enough for the broom. Every morning, the old broom would sweep the floor until it gleamed. It swept up all the dirt and the dust. It made the house feel fresh and clean. But after a few hours, the dirt and the dust would come back. And so every afternoon, the old broom would sweep again, and then it would get tired. Its bristles were old and worn out. They didn't have the strength to sweep the floor properly anymore. They couldn't lift up the heaviest bits of dirt and dust, and so the floor got dustier and dustier over the years. But still, no one ever said a word about it. No one ever complained. To them, the floor was always clean enough. That was until one day when the head of the household said, "Enough is enough. This old broom has had its day. It can't keep our house clean anymore. We need a new one." So they went out and bought a brand new broom. It had stiff, strong bristles. It looked like it could sweep the entire house in just a few minutes. And so the family was very happy. They liked the new broom. They used it every day. And the new broom did a great job. It swept all the dirt and the dust into neat little piles. It made the floor gleam like it had never gleamed before. The family walked around on the freshly swept floor and they sighed with contentment. It felt so good to be in such a clean house. But after a few hours, the first bit of dirt appeared, then another bit of dirt, and then another one. And before long, the floor looked as dusty and dirty as it had with the old broom. But the family didn't care. They liked their new broom, so they kept using it. They didn't notice that it was getting dustier and dustier. In fact, they didn't notice anything at all until one day when their young child said, "I miss how clean everything felt with the old broom." Then the parents noticed something. They looked around the house and they realized that it was a little dustier than it should be. They looked at their new broom and they realized that it wasn't as good as the old one. Over time, they had gotten used to the old broom's quirks. They had gotten used to how it looked and how it smelled, and how it made the floor look just right. But now they didn't recognize their own house. The walls looked darker, the furniture looked heavier, and most of all, the air felt stale. Then the parents remembered all the times that they had ignored the old broom, all the times that they had taken the old broom for granted, and they felt bad. They had been so focused on buying a better, newer, shinier broom that they hadn't noticed what they already had. One day, while they were sweeping the floor with the new broom, they heard the old broom in the trash can. It was whispering. It said, "Don't get me wrong, I'm very happy to be retired. It's just that I don't want you to forget me. I don't want you to forget what I did for you." The parents looked at each other. They knew that the old broom was right. A gentle breeze came through the window, and it carried the old broom's words out into the world. "Don't take your old brooms for granted. Don't take your old brooms for granted," it said. And the people in the houses nearby heard it. They, too, had old brooms in their homes, and they, too, had taken them for granted. And so that's the story of the worn-out broom. It's a story about how we often take the things for granted that make the biggest difference in our lives. It's also a story about how some of the people who have the biggest impact on our lives are the ones we notice the least.